My next guest, he shot to fame when 11 million of us watched him finish runner-up on Britain's Got Talent. Now, that was back in 2012. 8 years on, Jonathan Antoine is enjoying solo success. He joins me now. It is lovely to see you. How are you?
Hey, it's wonderful to see you. I'm great. How are you?
It's been way too long. I'm good. Now, look, this new album, it's almost like listening to a musical in some ways, because it's like got like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Was that the intention?
Yeah, completely. Since I was very young, I've always wanted to do something that sort of bridges the gap between like a play, a stage show, and an album. And so it was just finding the right pieces and the right time to do that. So this is sort of a retrospective. It looks back on kind of on my life, but also gives a broader view into disenfranchised people who steadily will gain their confidence and discover that those things that they thought were holding them back were actually the things that made them the most beautiful.
Do you know what, Jonathan? That's so interesting, because that really has touched a chord with so many people, not just in this country, but I know you've had huge success in America and particularly in Canada. And when I said you were coming on, the tweets that I got from all over the world, but you really have connected with people on a level that is quite unusual, even for musicians.
Yeah, I have no idea why exactly that is. I guess I've always refused to be anything but myself. And you know, when you're just 25-year-old kid who happens to love to sing, it's very easy for people to say, "Oh, I can relate to that guy." I'll never put on airs and pretend that I'm above anyone else just because I got incredibly lucky and because I put in a little bit of time into singing. I'm just me, just Jonathan.
You're also incredibly talented and incredibly modest, it has to be said. Now, this album made your mum cry, and that's a good thing. That is the kind of that's what you want to happen, isn't it? If mum cries, you know you're onto a good thing.
So from the very beginning of my career, it's been if I could look out, you know, in a school concert into the audience and see that mum was crying, then I knew things were going okay, because it moves her, because you know it's her son, and yeah, just to see that. It's something special for me,
and it moves a lot of people. Now, you said that before Britain's Got Talent, you were in quite a low place. You really were. You know, the show saved your life, but mentally you were not in a good place at all. And that's something. Is that something you have to sort of still work on a little bit, or have you left that behind?
I think that when someone reaches down into the depths and has been there are certain parts of that they take with them, and that they carry with them. I don't think necessarily that is a hindrance per se, but yeah, I think that because it all happened so quickly, there are still parts of me that I'm sort of very much finding out about. And honestly, I hope that continues forever, because I was asked recently, you know, how have I changed musically since this all began? And I think it would be much easier to recount the ways I haven't changed. It feels like I go through a life-altering experience every other week. And I love it. I love every second of it. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Because you were so young, you know, you and Charlotte, when you were singing together, you were just a baby. You were only 17. And now, look, you know, all these years later, a seasoned performer, and you're still only 25. I mean, there's so much still to come, isn't there?
That is the hope. I mean, that we as human beings can never possibly experience all of the wonderful splendors that this life has to offer. But if I can keep plugging away at it and keep, you know, trying to find those splendors in this tiny little corner that I've built for myself, then I will be more satisfied than I could ever describe.
And how are you doing in the whole lockdown thing? What are you doing? I know you're singing, and I know you're doing all of that and rehearsing, obviously, because you know when this is over, you'll be back on tour and you'll be doing all of these things. But what's the thing that's keeping you busiest?
I've been doing a whole bunch of different things. I've been developing different skills now that I can't go out and perform at the moment. I've been, you know, learning to video edit, just trying to put more stuff out for the wonderful people who support me, basically. As if I can offer them some support in this strange time, it's a two-way street. We respect and love each other, and yeah, we can all learn something from each other.
Oh, Jonathan, what wise words. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning. It's been a joy. I can understand why your fans are so passionate about you and your music. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you. I hope to see you real soon.